It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my expectations for the series finale of The Walking Dead. Now, I already did my predictions video, or a sort of prediction video, but in this one, I'm going to dive a bit deeper into my expectations and predictions because that other video was very general and I didn't really go into much details. But in this one, I'm going to go a little deeper and kind of share a bit more in terms of what I'm predicting is going to happen. And the characters that you see circled here are actually the characters that I think are going to play key roles in the final episode of the series. And I'll explain in what way when we come back. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break it down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So as far as my expectations for the series finale, I'm expecting this episode to be a pretty big episode, understandably so, and I'm expecting them to go all out for this episode, which means that the budget for the episode is probably going to be significantly higher than any episode we've ever seen. I feel like when it comes to the scale of the episode and the impact that they're trying to go for, I feel like it's going to be similar to Michonne's final episode and even Rick's final episode. And what comes with that also is a lot of flashbacks and a lot of feel-good moments from previous seasons and stuff that either makes things go full circle or kind of reminds you of something that happened in one of the previous seasons of the show. And I'm definitely expecting, when it comes to the story, something similar to the comics where the main story with the Commonwealth is going to end in some sort of a fashion where there's a major death, and then after that we have a time jump and we get a glimpse of what the universe is like maybe 5-10 years into the future. So I'm definitely expecting that to stay the same, just like the comics. And I feel like, unlike the comics where Carl played a major role in that flash forward or time jump scene, in the TV show, it'll probably be Judith. So Judith is going to play a critical role in that way. Now, when it comes to major deaths, I feel like we're only going to see 2 major deaths, and these 2 deaths are going to be Aaron and Rosita. I don't think we're going to get any other major death. Yes, we might see some background characters die, but as far as maybe B-list characters and A-list characters, I feel like only Aaron and Rosita are going to be on the chopping block. I don't think we're going to lose anyone other than them. Now, as far as a remix of the comics where Maggie took over the Commonwealth, in the TV show, I feel like Ezekiel is going to take that role and he's going to be the one that represents the Commonwealth going forward, at least temporarily until everyone kind of reunites and comes back and ends up in Commonwealth, which I think is the final goal after all of the spin-offs are done and after everything is over as far as the Michonne and Rick spin-off, the Daryl spin-off, and the Negan and Maggie spin-off. Now, when it comes to Daryl, I feel like Daryl is going to have a pretty important role in the final episode in 2 ways. One is that I think he's going to be the catalyst for why the group splits and why they go their separate ways to end up in whatever spin-off they're in. And I'm specifically obviously talking about the Negan and Maggie spin-off and the Daryl spin-off itself. I feel like the catalyst to how those 2 come about is something that happens to Daryl. We know Daryl gets captured and he ends up in Paris, France in the spin-off. And I feel like we're going to see the beginning of that in the series finale. The other aspect of why Daryl becomes an important and critical character in the final episode is because I think he's going to adopt a lot of the Rick story from the comics. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna get the exact same fate. I'm just saying that because he's at this point Judith's guardian, he's probably gonna get a lot of the major scenes that Rick got in the comic book. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. I mean, at this point, these are my expectations. I have pretty high expectations. I feel like they have to treat this episode for what it is, and they shouldn't just treat it as a regular episode. I mean, why would they? Obviously, it's a no-brainer, but at the same time, because of the spin-offs, there's a chance that they're gonna not really go all out because there's the spin-offs coming and all of that. But with that said, that's pretty much everything. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.